Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Before we get started, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like that video, and also be sure to download my free guide, How to Attract Feminine Women. Feminine women are truly great. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to get past the desire to use a coping mechanism when you're having tough times. How do you get past the pain of frustrations without reaching for a drink or drugs or watching some Pinos? So let's talk about that. So the thing that I like to do most, if I feel overwhelmed, if I'm feeling stressed out, if I'm feeling like, damn man, I'm really falling behind, and I feel like I'm under the avalanche of stress or pressure, instead of quickly reaching for something to alleviate that sensation, what I do is I find one small task and do that task. So for example, this one's really simple, but let's just say that you have, let's say I'm working on a big video project, right? And I have to find actors, find locations, write scripts, this whole huge network of things that I need to be doing, right? So instead of thinking about all of them at once, I'll simply think about one small little task. So for example, if it's finding actors, what I would do is I'll just, what kind of actors am I looking for? And you can just literally write that down. I'm looking for a man, 20 to 25 years old, blonde hair, and who's built. I'll write this down. And now, just that small little task that I just did, it's created a bit of momentum. Now my brain is thinking about, so I want this, I want that. And now my brain is naturally filling in the things that I should be doing, right? So now I've just written the description for the actor I'm looking for. I've typed it out. And now my brain says, okay, now what do I need to do next with this thing? Okay, I'll post it on the casting website. Boom. Okay, now I've done that. Okay, now that I've done that, let me do the other character. So you can see how one small, tiny step, first of all, it gives you a bit of confidence. Okay, I accomplished that. I got something that I needed to get out of my head onto paper. I took action and boom, I did that. Okay, cool. Now what's the next thing that I need to do, right? So this is the process, and that you can take this into your own life. So let's say that you you're going to school, you got all this homework to do, you have a part-time job, you have a girlfriend that you gotta, she's wondering when we can get together. So again, let's just use that as an example. You're supposed to be planning some date this weekend, right? Okay, just take that one small step, break it down to one tiny thing. Okay, so you ask yourself, okay, I'm gonna go to you can pick like a restaurant, a bar, a park, whatever. Let's just say you say bar. Great. So now all you do is you just hop on something like Google Maps, type in cocktail bar. Okay, boom. What's this? Vinny's Mixology Secret Cocktail Lounge. Awesome. That looks interesting. Boom. And so you just found a spot that you're gonna go. You've gotten that one thing done. And then let's say that you're like, well, hey, now that I've done that, let me figure out what we could do perhaps after that. Oh, cool. There's Billy Joe's Darts and Bowling Friday night extravaganza. That's kind of cool. Okay, boom. We're going to go grab a drink. We're going to go to Billy Joe's Bowling extravaganza right after that. So now all of a sudden, you've just spent a couple of minutes, 10, 15 minutes looking. You knock that out of the park. Boom. You can now put that aside. You don't need to think about it. You've got your plan set for Friday night. It's time to move on to the next thing. Okay, you got a shit ton of classes, stuff to study for and prepare for an exam. Not a problem. Why? Because you're going to break it down. Again, let's say you got 3 classes. One of them is math class, okay? So you look at what you have to do, and you're just going to start with maybe it's solving several difficult equations, okay? Don't look at all of them. Just look at one. You pick one thing, you start slowly working your way through that equation. Maybe it takes you an hour. I don't know how long it takes for you to do this. I haven't done math for many years, but all I'm saying is that you just do one thing and now you've built up the momentum. Your mind is now in math mode, and that'll take you now to the next one. So you can see how this works. One small thing gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it inspires you then, it gives you momentum then to go on to the next thing. So if you feel like you look at your plate and you got so many things to do, all you need to, in order to handle it, just pick one small little task to build the confidence and the momentum, and you'll see that builds on itself and you'll slowly get things done one by one by one. So this is my process. This is how I do it, and I do get a lot of things done. The other thing that I do too, that I'll share with you guys, is I do have a daily to-do list. I have a notebook that every day I write down, what am I going to do today? And I do those things on that list. So I end up getting a lot of shit done every week because I hold myself accountable with this list. So those are a couple things that you guys can do right now to get on top of things so you don't feel so overwhelmed. Just write it on paper, check it off, and rock and roll. All right, if you guys have any questions or comments, or if you have some great techniques that you use to stay on track of things, leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, if you'd like personal one-on-one coaching with me, there are links down below. Click those and find the option that works best for you. We'll talk to you in the next video.